This is so, I can't, it's so sad that the weather is actually, because I really wish we were able to start at 3 as planned, but it's
As
Allah's wish
planned,
that we
yeah.
start at this time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
The most
that's fine.
important thing is that,
Let's just get on with it,
yes,
and whatever we can come up with,
yeah,
that's
the
fine.
most important thing is we are going to talk about this. So definitely happy that we're here. So hello everyone. Thank you and welcome back to, well, welcome for the first time on Facebook, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for those who have been with me on my YouTube, JK's Corner, for a while now, I try and talk a lot about healthy eating, healthy cooking, and try to incorporate exercises into my daily life, which recently I have actually slacked on. I have really slowed down. But, um, in not, for the last 6 months, I think that I've been seeing what Sister Rodia Abdul Kabir has been posting. She has really encouraged me to really, think a lot more in a different way, actually, to how I have been thinking about how I eat and how I do my things, little things like that. So I really appreciate everything that you have done on your Facebook, because even if you don't do anything at all, just go on to Sister Rodia's Facebook page and just read what she has on there regularly. Honestly, it's a wealth of knowledge on there. So before we jump in any further, and we haven't even got a lot of time anymore because we've wasted over 1 hour, well, over 30 minutes to try and get to this point now. So, Sister Rodia, thank you so much. Can you please, in a very not too long, tell us about yourself?
Thank you, beautiful sister. And I do hope that I'm audible enough for everyone to hear me. I would love to confirm that before I move on,
Yes,
because
you are.
I love, like, when I speak good, good. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Joke, for the compliment. Let me say that. Okay. Even though I've always seen myself as a student of knowledge, so I am not an expert yet. So I've always see myself, like, because I understand that learning is a journey, it's a process. So, there isn't any limited time to how much you can learn. There isn't any limitation to what you can learn, from the moment, you come into this world till the end, you're learning. So I'm a student of knowledge in the field of holistic nutrition and functional medicine. So I already had my level 2 diploma in nutrition and diet from South Essex College, UK. I had a background, I had a first degree in chemistry, mathematics education. So I've always been in the line of, chemicals, it's all. So, and I also I had my diploma in food safety, from the South Essex College as well in the UK.
Right.
So I've done quite a little bit of learning, and at the moment, God willing, very soon I will become a certified head coach, in the field of human nutrition, So very, very soon. So that is where we are right now.
Wow, that is amazing. Honestly, as we were just saying all of that, I was just getting so excited because recently in the media, all the social media, especially, there's been a kind of shift from our Nigerian food into let's eat all this Americanized or English food. And we kind of think if you eat ewedu or gbegiri, you are an araoko, a bush person. I want us to learn to enjoy our own food, because from what I've read on your wall, Sister Rodia, and what I've seen, our food being whole food is actually a lot better than all what we are getting out there now. So, for example, we know that our food, they have, carb heavy food is what we have. So, for example, rice being a big part of our diet, how can we eat it without it negatively impacting our life? Because I know there's quite a lot of people who eat rice at least once a day. So how's the best way to eat rice in our diet without it negatively impacting our health?
Okay. Thank you, Sister Joke. And for another part, because my own people, my own tribe, they are here with me. When I talk, I've always loved to like mix both languages. I love to like, carry everyone along with me. And I believe that the best way you can really carry your tribe or your people along with you is by trying to speak in a language that they understand deeply. Not
Definitely.
like we don't understand it. Even myself, I struggle with English sometimes. I'm struggling, you can see, but I know that I have non-Yoruba speaking audience, as well as I know that some of my audience, myself inclusive, I know that sometimes you struggle to even, when you really want to give all these background knowledge to people for you to really make sure that your information is passed across so well, we try to incorporate our language into it. And I just want to confirm if that will be fine with you. I'm so sorry. Probably you may have non-Yoruba speaking audience, but we'll try. I'll try and do justice to it.
It's fine. We'll definitely translate to them when we get there. But yeah, you're free to do what you like.
Okay, all right. So about the rice being part of our diet before I actually move on, one thing I'm going to say to everyone listening to me right now is that I understand that right now the amount of information out there for everyone is so overwhelming.
Yes.
It is so, even myself as a student of knowledge in this field, sometimes I just close everything, my Facebook, YouTube, everything. I just kind of come to terms with the fact that, there's a problem right now. Because it is not like people are not even, you can go on Google right now, you can go on YouTube, information, millions of them. But the problem is, are people laying their hands on the right and the correct information, knowledge? Because this is what I've always told people that talk to people. If you have an audience or you have people that you are influencing, because one way or the other, people just say, oh, influencer. We are all influencers.
Yes.
So far, you have people in your life that you're talking to every day, that are listening to you, that you're influencing them one way or the other, negatively or positively. It is a form of influencing. So whatever information you are going to put out there, make sure it is the right one, because people are vulnerable. People need help. People just want someone that can come to their aid. People are seeking. So anything you throw at these people at that moment, they grab it and they run with it. And imagine putting what is going to harm people out there. These people do not have all the knowledge it entails for them to be able to do their own due diligence. They don't understand. If I come up now to come and talk about nutrition, to come and talk about health, in your toba one if you understand being got to make sense. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Other people that got no clue, they just grab this information, they run with it, and then So one thing I will say to you moving forward, to stay healthy this year, keep calm.
Keep calm.
Keep your calm. Be calm. People will come to you. Oh, you can't do this. You can do that. You cannot eat this. This is it. Keep your calm. It is important you keep your calm to be able to apply your due diligence.
Yes.
Okay. If you need to seek for questions, oh, I heard this, but if brain everywhere already, it's just like in your already sick bed. That person is so desperate to not even die. So anything, any moment, that person is just gonna just bring it on. Bring it on. I just want to get out of this sick bed. Anything. With a journey when it comes to knowledge. Keep your calm. Make sure you do your own due diligence. Make sure you filter any information. When it comes to nutrition or your health, it is important. Because this minute, Rodiat is telling you this. The next minute, another person is telling you this, something different. You get here, this is something different. At the end of the day, you just feel like, you know what, I'm done. I can't even stand this. So keep your calm, and then you know how to go about it. Rice. I am pretty sure that you must have heard a lot of things about it, from condemnation.
Oh yes.
You know, to this. Some even poison. How dare you even want to eat white rice? White rice is a poison. No one should be. I have seen influencers, you know, all this woke, you know, like, you know, people will take rice and then they throw in the bin white rice and feel like, you know what, no one should even be eating it. No one should be consuming it. And for somebody like me that understand, you know, what nutrition is all about, trust me, I just feel sometimes I feel enraged because I feel angry, like from a place of ignorance, these people, what they're doing. But unfortunately, the people they are passing this information to, they have no clue anyway. There's absolutely nothing wrong with white rice. Nothing, absolutely nothing. From the time immemorial, our ancestors, you know, they added grains to their meal. Right. Yes, not in the way that we eat grains right now. You know, if we have to really be, you know, factual about things. When people say, oh, let's go back in time, how our ancestors, how they eat, how they... Yes, not in the way we are doing it now, you know. But however, we cannot say because the way our ancestors, it is not everything that they did. So we say, yes, you know, we have to allow to be paid forward to us. Okay. Okay. So I want to know the lot of things. They want wrong, you know. Need disease. You know, they don't have illness. They don't have, you know, the lot of time where they have pandemics and, you know, so poison and all of this. Yeah, we have that. One thing you have to understand in nutrition is this. Something natural does not mean 100% safe. Okay. Something processed does not mean 100% harmful. You need to understand the concept of holistic nutrition. Okay. For example, people will say, oh, I don't want to eat sugar. Sugar is refined sugar. They say sugar is this. I want to be consuming honey now. Oh, honey is natural. It can't harm me. It will harm you. If you don't know how to go about it, even though it is natural, it can harm you. You can pay the price if you go overboard with it. The same thing with white rice. Even though white rice is processed form of, you know, original rice, which we call brown rice. Okay. Rice has got 3 parts to it. When you hold a grain of rice like that, we have 3 parts to rice. We have the endo, we have the bran, and we have the I've forgotten the other part. We have the endosperm, we have the bran, and then we have the other part I've forgotten. The endosperm is the one we have now with the white rice. Okay. The brown layer, which is the first layer of any grain, that is the one that is removed. Let me use maize as an example. You know, when you have your maize, you know, there is the layer, you know, that can be digested. You know, yes. That one we take that the shaft, the one we call shaft, the one we take out when we are doing our OD, you know, things like that. Yes. That is the brown layer, the first layer, okay? That is where all of the micronutrients, all of the, what we call them, the heavy metals from the soil, because anything to buy them green, you know, they have natural mechanism to defend themselves, you know, from pathogens, you know, from aerosol, from anything coming to destroy them. So they have naturally occurring defensive mechanism to ward off anything coming to destroy them. So this is why in nutrition we have things like there are things we call anti-nutrients. Okay. So anti-nutrients mean we pay contain nutrients, but they have anti-nutrients as a defensive mechanism against anything coming to attack them. Right. The same way animals, Animal nigo, it is for to defend themselves from attack.
Okay.
But the plants cannot walk. They don't have life, they can't see, they can't. So, along to down or defensive mechanism, and those are the ones we call anti-nutrient. We have lectins, we have pectins, we have aflatoxins, we have saponins, we have all of them.
Okay.
Rice, The first, the rice, which is the bran, that is where we have all of the anti-nutrients accumulated. So we have things like arsenic, which is the metals from the mud water.
First before you draw
you want to see your rice, Sita. Now, for somebody saying, "Oh, white rice is not good. You cannot eat white rice. You want to eat brown rice alone." What gives you a guarantee that brown rice is safer than the white rice? On the brown rice, the one you think is safer, we have anti-nutrients. We have heavy metals accumulated on the outer layer.
Right.
That is why rice is processed, taking away that outer layer to only have the endosperm, which is the white rice.
Right.
So, white rice is as equally healthy as the brown rice, So, however, it does not matter which type of rice you choose. White, brown, red, the wild rice. We have other colors of the parts of the world. We only feel we only have white and brown. We have black rice. We have other colors, Whichever variety or color of rice, you need to understand that rice is rice. They are all high in carbohydrates. It does not matter which color you choose.
Okay.
They are all high in carbohydrates. They all have, even the brown rice, it's not like the way it is brought out from the mud water is how you are eating it. In nutrition, we have grading for processed meal. We have grade A, we have grade B, we have grade C. We have some food that are minimally processed. It is not like they are not processed at all, but they are minimally processed to still retain some of the nutrients. We have some that are extremely processed. So those majority of the nutrients, straight off.
Right.
So even white rice, even brown rice is minimally processed. But we still have some micronutrient left. So this is how you choose the type of rice you need to eat.
Okay.
You need to understand what we call nutritional profile of any food you want to pick. This is how it works. This is your brown rice. This is your white rice. The nutritional profile of both rice, that is your target. That is what. About the color, forget about it is brown, it is white. What is the nutritional profile of these two types of rice? So what do you mean? Now, calorie wise, that is the number one thing you need to focus on. 100 grams of brown rice will give you 250 calories. 100 grams of white rice will give you 248 calories. Now, my sister, what is the difference? Kiniyato. People just automatically assume like, oh, because it is natural, it is better. Now, people will say, more nutrients. The nutrients that we have in brown rice, they are so insignificant that you cannot, because of that, pick brown rice.
Right.
Like, before you can even have, for example, let's pick potassium. Someone will say, oh, brown rice contains more potassium than white rice. My dear, before you can even get close to 5% of your daily recommended intake of potassium, you will have to consume maybe 2 congos of rice.
Wow.
So, and who is going to eat that much? So you cannot, because of these insignificant, nutrients, and say, oh, yeah. No, you will have to consume a lot before you can even get close to that. So it doesn't work that way. You check the nutritional profile of this food. Now, the arsenic content, which is the anti-nutrient. No one should be consuming arsenic. Rice is the #1 grain in the whole world that has got more of arsenic content.
Oh.
Rice, yes, it does not matter which type of rice. Depends on the processing.
Right.
Now, arsenic is a toxic heavy metal from the soil. Anything to about soil or to walati will contain arsenic. We have fish, they have arsenic, they have all these things,
Right.
Yam, gari, anything. That is why you are not supposed to consume their pills. Even though they contain nutrients, but because of the anti-nutrients and the heavy metals, do not consume the pills.
Wow.
You see people blend plantain together with the pill. They say, oh, it contains nutrients. Yes, it contains nutrients. But what about anti-nutrients? What about heavy metals? That will end up negating those nutrients you are trying to consider. Do you get what I'm saying, sister?
Absolutely.
That is how it works in nutrition. Don't be like one-way traffic. They just do this thing contains nutrients. That wants nutrients. Now, the arsenic content in brown rice is more than the one in white rice. So imagine arsenic that is toxic heavy metal. We have it concentrated on the brown rice because the brown layer, the first layer, is still intact.
Yes.
So imagine someone saying, oh, brown rice. If you eat brown rice every day, you have accumulation of arsenic.
Wow.
And arsenic is a neurotoxin. Wow. It's a neurotoxin. It settles in the brain and then gives you brain, malfunction and all of these things. Yeah. So we have it in our water. The water coming from the spring water, coming from the soil, anything coming from the soil, you have arsenic in there. So imagine all of these for people that don't even know, and they just do brown rice contain nutrients. They just focus on the nutrients.
Forget that there is anti-nutrients as well.
Also, brown rice for people with digestive issues. They will struggle a lot on brown rice.
Right.
They will imagine someone with ulcer, ulcerative colitis, someone with gastritis, someone with inflammation of the stomach. They just say, oh, brown rice is better, eating brown rice. You will destroy your digestive system. Because bran, which is the outer layer on the brown rice, is so hard for digestive system to break down.
Sister, you are just blowing my mind because everything you are saying.
Your digestive system will be under a strain to break the bran, the outer layer.
Yes.
And then that will cause, a lot of gut health issues for you.
Wow. Ami.
Imagine people with things like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease. You will struggle. You will suffer.
Wow.
You will suffer yourself for nothing. So white rice will be a better option for these people. Because white rice is so easy on the digestive system, because the brown, which is the outer layer, has been taken off. This is how it works. You need to consider the nutritional profile of anything that is presented to you as healthy. You see people, for example, say things like, "Oh, I only it is the brown." I say it doesn't work that way.
Yes.
Even your brown rice, you cannot eat it in isolation. It is so high in carbohydrate.
Yes.
You can't just cook brown rice and serve it and you want to your blood. It will spike your blood.
Wow.
Your insulin will struggle to bring your blood glucose back because it is a high carb meal. You still have to pile it up. You start to balance things up with vegetables, quality proteins, quality fats, everything that can impact your blood sugar. You still need to consider that even if your rice is brown. Wow. This is how it works. So white rice is healthy. Yes. Brown rice I'm not. In fact, I don't even eat brown rice. I don't because I want something that will be gentle on my digestive system. You know, I understand that the rice, even white rice, you can't eat it in isolation.
Yes.
Who cooks white rice and then you just eat white rice? You're supposed to balance things up.
Yes.
You know, you only need like about 100 grams of white rice, and then you have quality protein, fats, you know, vegetables, and you know everything. So we cook our fried rice, our jollof rice, our what is it called?
Native rice.
Our own white rice. What is that? Our own white rice called?
Ofada.
Our ofada rice is the equivalent to Oyibo's brown rice. Our ofada rice is our own local and white rice.
Okay.
In the same category with brown rice.
Okay.
Someone will leave ofada rice now and be saying, "Oh, brown rice." It is from a place of ignorance that you want to do that. Our ofada rice is a quality, wild and local rice, processed but minimally. It is in the grade B of the processed. It is grade B, which means minimally processed. So when you cook that like ofada rice, you only have like this tiny 100 gram, you know, put booze, you know, have your meat or fish, you know, you know. Another mistake we make when it comes to our white rice, that's one shift from our own end. When you plate your meal, we use carbohydrates as the main meal. In nutrition, your carbohydrates should not be your main dish.
Okay.
It should be side. So when you put that jollof rice, your meat, your sauce, and everything, rice plate.
Yes.
It should be side. White, jollof rice, go by 1.5, go plate. No, it doesn't work that way. That is not balanced. Your carbohydrate rice should be your side dish, not the main dish. Also, for you to get the best out of your white rice, okay? When you cook your white rice, there is a process. There was I was trying to teach people how you can cook white rice. If I make my flyer now, beautiful sister, and say, "Oh, guys, come and learn how to cook white rice," you know, people are just going to look at me like, "Excuse me, what are you talking about? How to cook white rice?" Everyone knows that. No, not everyone. Not everyone. There is the way you prepare your meal that will impact its nutritional value. And that is another mistake we are making from our own end. Many of us, we eat delicious food. We cook delicious meal. Is that food nutritious? That is the first question you need to ask yourself. If you are eating, you are not just eating. Your food must provide you nutrients, raw material for your immune system. So it is all about, that food is so delicious. Share nutrients you want, or else you are just eating for nothing.
Wow.
And how do you save the nutrients that you have in your food? So make up to the needed. The process of cooking the choose will impact the nutrients in your food. So you have to the process, the method of cooking. Okay, so white rice, one way you can prepare your white rice, and then you can have all of the benefits.
Oops. Sorry, sister. I don't know what happened there.
Because white rice, white rice is okay.
Oh my God.
So I think I lost my sister there. I hope she can come back. So, sister, okay, I think I've lost you there. So beautiful people, I hope you are enjoying the show. I told you we are going to go away with something. For people that are just joining, you're welcome on board. For my own people, we know how we run our so I have lost my sister.
Oh my God, I don't know why this is happening.
Sister, Joke, can you resend your request again?
Yes, if I can find it.
Can you send your request again, please?
Yes, if I can find it. Oh,
We need
ta
to
ló
have
mọ̀?
our
Ọlọ́run
sister
ṣàánú
back.
fún mi o.
Let me see if I can resend the
Yes, please.
invite.
Oh my God, what is
So
going on?
let's see what people are saying. If we are making sense. Oh, I see my brother. That is my blood brother. Kasim okay, nice.
Oh my God.
Trying to get her back. Because me will continue with because she's the one that asked me questions. You know my people, you know Radia, you know your girl that he talks. He just when you invite me to come and give his speech, don't give me 10 minutes though. Sorry, speaker, we only give you 5 minutes. Just put me where they are going to do closing prayer and let me go my way. Maybe you can just invite me for closing prayer or opening prayer, and I can spend 2 minutes to talk to your audience, and then you say we give you 10 minutes. No, don't invite me. I have told everyone trying to invite me for a speech on there. I say, I hope it is not I give you 10 minutes. You know, that 10 minutes, I'm still trying to call them. I'm still trying to interact with my people. So 10 minutes will not be enough for me to even introduce myself. Let alone give the speech.
Oh God. Great. So sorry, sister, for this mess up. I try to share the link so that other people can, because somebody messaged me to say they can't find it. So I tried to send them a link and then it just kicked me out. I'm sorry, everyone, for all this mess about.
Sorry, everyone. Today we're just gonna
yes,
gonna
forgive us. Forgive us, however it happens. Just accept it. Next time will be a lot better. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely will be a lot better.
Yeah. So the other time I was talking about the method of cooking for the white rice for you to really have all of the benefits. Okay. Number one, you need to consider the fact that rice is the number one grain with the highest arsenic.
Okay.
Your focus is how do you now save yourself from this nonsense arsenic they are talking about.
Okay.
I still want to enjoy my rice, but it is so high in arsenic. So am I supposed to just abandon my rice? No. There is a way you can remove the arsenic in your rice.
Okay.
At least majority of the arsenic from your rice. Unfortunately, you cannot have 100% arsenic free rice.
Okay.
Everything that comes with arsenic, there is no amount of effort you put in place. You're still going to have, a little bit less. Don't forget.
Okay.
It's naturally occurring from the soil.
Yes.
It's a lot of people from to fi dàgbà kó wá ní kó fẹ́ yọ nǹkan yẹn kúrò 100%. That will not happen. But you can still, reduce.
Yes.
The toxic load. And that is what nutrition is all about. Nutrition is holistic nutrition. It's all about, I want to be free. I don't want chemical. You cannot be chemical free. There's nothing you can do. You say, I don't want to drink bottled water now. I want to be drinking tap water. They say bottle. Even in your tap water, we have lead. We have arsenic.
Right. Okay.
We have toxic coming from. And if you say, they say, tap water is not healthy. It's not even fresh. I want to be drinking bottled water. Bottled water is not safe 100%. Do you want to tell me billions of plasticizers, microplastics to ingest each time you drink bottled water?
Wow.
So you want to tell me about the shelf life? You know how long that water has been sitting? There is a leaching, chemical leaching, plasticized into that water. So you see that what I'm saying is nothing is 100% safe.
Yes.
Nothing. However, you can reduce your toxic load.
Okay.
That is the goal.
Okay.
How do you reduce your toxic load? And that is where the white rice comes in. It contains arsenic, yes. But
Okay.
how do you cut back, on that impact on your health? Number one thing, you have to make sure that you parboil your rice.
Okay.
Non-negotiable.
Okay.
Parboil rice.
Parboil. Wow.
This is not about non-negotiable. Number one reason you have to really parboil your rice. People don't even understand why rice. They think it's just to remove the starch.
Yes. That's my belief as well.
It is arsenic content.
Right.
When you parboil your rice, you drain that first water, you have already taken out 50% of it.
Okay.
Another thing, before you even parboil your rice, you have to wash your rice. You rinse it until the water runs clear.
Okay.
Some things are not negotiable. It's not about vitamin. No, there's nothing vitamin you are washing away. You are only considering the vitamin. What about the toxic thing in there?
Yes.
That its accumulation can harm your health. Before you even go ahead to parboil your rice, rinse your water under, running water, and then until the water runs clear. In fact, take it a bit, a little bit, a step further. Soak your rice in boiled water. Yes. When you see the Asians, they soak their rice overnight.
Yeah.
It is not only beans you soak your rice. Number one thing, so soak your rice, it will release all of the starch. You notice your rice become translucent. You know the color of the rice before you cook it. We have opaque, we have translucent. Your rice will change from that opaque color to translucent. It changes. So I release dry because it is in dry form. I release everything. Then you discard the water.
Okay.
Then you parboil your rice. You drain the water. You now return it back, to the stove, and then you cook it now dry.
Okay.
That is number one thing you have to do, non-negotiable, to reduce the arsenic content in your rice.
Okay.
Then when you do that, another thing, make sure you add oil to your rice.
Okay.
By the time you return it back to the stove, just drizzle some olive oil or some beef tallow or some oil, quality oil to your rice. You can even spice it up. You can put some fresh rosemary in it, just infuse your food, infuse some nutrients into it. Yes. Then the next thing for you to do, because rice is a starchy meal, it does not matter which whatever. How do you now reduce the impact on your blood sugar? So about your rice, I impact the blood sugar because it is a high starchy meal.
Okay.
There is a way you can even do that. To reduce the blood spiking, you allow your rice to cool down completely before you eat it. We call it cooling process.
Okay. I've heard
when
that.
You cook your rice, you leave it completely to cool down. In fact, when you want to eat your rice in the morning, cook it overnight, put it in the fridge. Let it cool completely. You now bring it out the next morning, or when it is completely cool, you now rewarm.
Okay.
That cooling process will impact what we call glycemic index of your white rice. And when you just starchy meal, be yam, be rice, be potato, they are on the high side on the glycemic scale. What that means is the rate in which they run into your blood, because they are glucose, they are starchy meal, it is so quick. Few minutes over your rice on breakdown is straight away. The glucose is running into your blood because there's no fiber in there.
Okay.
And when Jetoba lack in fiber, they are on the high side on the glycemic scale.
Okay.
So they impact sugar so quickly. So to cut down on that, you cool your rice. Cooling process will impact the glycemic number.
Okay. Okay.
And how does that happen? By creating what we call resistance starch. My people, they understand all these things I'm saying. My own people now, they'll be saying, yeah. Because we've spoken about this like several times on my page. They know resistance. And one times God, they know.
Yes.
You know, we get used to it. You build resistance starch through cooling process.
Okay.
Resistance starch is like fiber.
Right. Okay.
Impact that sugar. So the lady put it in blood.
Okay.
It will slow it down.
Okay.
It will slow that absorption down. These are the few ways you can enjoy your white rice.
Okay.
Without any guilt in the world.
Yes.
You have to create a kind of relationship with your food that you eat without guilt. This is one thing that we are lacking right now. A lot of people, they eat with guilt. You cannot eat this. You cannot eat that. This is not good. They don't even know where to run to.
Yes.
We don't want that. That is unhealthy, even on its own.
Yes.
Being in that situation is unhealthy for you mentally, physically, and emotionally. So these are few things you can do. Enjoy your rice. And few mistakes, so impact on especially the rice.
Yes.
And why on our own side. You see people cook like jollof rice, fried rice, you know. You see them add all these things into it, you know. And you see them, they smoky jollof rice, they deliberately introduce into food. You don't do that. Some things when we talk about them, they would think, what are you talking about? But this is reality. It is high time we started to talk about these things before we do a lot of damage. So you know, see health you are. You don't deliberately introduce smoke into your food. Smoke is not something that is healthy.
So all those people that are doing smoky jollof and putting
smoky jollof rice, you cook your jollof rice and then put smoke.
Yes.
You can't do, no. It's
okay.
dangerous.
Okay.
You cannot do that and condemn someone that is smoking cigarettes. Both of you are creating what we call polyaromatic hydrocarbons.
Right.
Which are toxic in nature. In fact, they are carcinogens.
Yeah.
They are carcinogens. Smoke is carcinogenic in nature.
Wow.
And so suya. That is one thing people that condemn suya. Suya is not like it is not healthy. It is the process. Food, there's no bad food.
Yes.
I'm not in a category of nutritionists that will say, dirty. There's no dirty food. There is no food. You can say bad, good food. Good food in the food. However, a lot of the sheto le sonje gidi, or they destroy it, was so the bad food more in the world. Many of us, the method of cooking we choose in preparing our meal is what is rendering that food useless. More lower. So they carry nutrients to one day.
Okay.
When you cook your rice, you deliberately introduce smoke into it. You create polyaromatic hydrocarbons. You create aldehydes. All of these are dangerous.
Wow.
They are free radicals. You see people, they cook jollof rice. After tomba sheton, one margarine. One dasinwe. Margarine is not real fat. To quality butter. Margarine is not butter. A lot of people don't even know margarine is different from butter. Margarine is seed oil. It's made out of seed oil. Butter is made out of pure heavy cream. All these things will nutritional profile of your food.
Okay.
So these are few things that we can do to enjoy our food without any guilt. So eat your white rice in peace. Just don't go overboard. 100 grams of white rice.
Okay.
You need to practice what we call plating method. How does it work? When you have a bowl like this, I have a bowl here with me. When you have a bowl like this, okay, see, half of your bowl, half here, vegetables.
Okay.
Vegetables will take 50 your plate.
Okay.
The rest half you divide into two again. We have quarter, right?
Yes.
The 25%, that is where your carb will take.
Okay.
This is the only place your rice is supposed to take. Quarter.
Okay.
The quarter, you have your proteins, your meat, your fish, and always top your carbohydrates with quarter. Don't be scared to eat fat. Fat is essential. Fat is needed. When you serve down your white rice, when you have quality olive oil,
yes,
quality cold pressed coconut oil, top it, put it on it.
Okay.
All these will impact the glucose in the rice. Okay. That rice will not spike your blood. It will not give it a free ride to move into your blood easily like that. Right. That is what fat will do in your meal.
Wow.
When you want to cook down your chicken, your meat, your meal, you are removing all the fat. Oh, fat-free. That is why I don't recommend anything fat-free. Fat-free yogurt, fat-free this, fat-free milk. No. Full fat. Your brain is 80% fat. If you deny your brain fat, you are going to be predisposed to dementia. You will dry your brain up. You need cholesterol. Your brain is 70% cholesterol. If you don't eat cholesterol-rich food, you will be predisposed to Alzheimer's disease. Your brain will dry. You will have hormonal imbalance. Your estrogen will become low. Your vitamin D will become low because they made all these things out of our cholesterol. So it's like you're denying yourself raw material it needs.
Yes.
To even keep you safe. Because you've heard somewhere, oh, cholesterol is not good, oh, fat is not good, oh, anything fat, you don't even want to see fat. My dear, eat fat. The only fat you are not supposed to eat is processed fat.
Fats.
Margarine is a processed fat.
Okay.
You can run away from margarine, yes. We're talking about seed oils. Vegetable oil, canola oil, rapeseed oil, sunflower oil. If we are not supposed to eat fat at all, those ones are the ones we are supposed to even condemn. There should be a no-go area. Okay. But if that is the only option you have, myself, I eat seed oil. But tabak pada lọ sí nǹkan tí mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé àṣejù tá máa ń ṣe òun gbogbo ni problem wa. Má ṣàṣejù tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé seed oil yẹn náà ló fẹ́ jẹ. Ìgbà yẹn kọ́ ló máa wá ṣe aya má ṣe ike kan tó máa mú òróró 2 litre tó máa dá lé lórí. Ìgbà yẹn kọ́ ló máa mú gbogbo nǹkan tó fẹ́ jẹ tó máa jẹ. Gbogbo nǹkan la máa dín. Ìwúwo bá fẹ́ jẹ ẹja wàá dín, ẹran wàá dín. Deep frying is dangerous. Àwọn àṣejù tá à ń ṣe round oúnjẹ nìyẹn tó ń rẹ́ńdà oúnjẹ wa useless. Kì í ṣe pé oúnjẹ wa ò dáa rárá. Àwa láwa blessed you when it comes to food.
Yes.
Our African meal. Ọlọ́run dá wa ó bless wa gan. Oyinbo will tell you don't eat palm oil because of saturated fat. But they give us hydrogenated oils. Where is the sense in that? They will tell us, oh, saturated fat. Don't eat saturated fat from beef tallow, from butter, from palm oil. Every single day, they are taking all of our palm oil into this country. They are packaging. When you go into, you are in the UK states. Yes. When you walk into stores, go to the aisle if it's not in Taiwan. Or
Benny.
Go 4 pounds. What they don't eat is contains saturated fat. They use palm oil for every single product. You can buy from biscuit to sweet to soap. Anything you pick up, read the ingredient label. You see, there is a trace of palm oil there. here we are. Naturally, want to suffer, I want to brainwash you. Don't eat it because of saturated fat.
Wow.
So these are the things says. Don't let me even take your time. You know, when I talk, I just
love listening to everything. I was even thinking. I was even thinking just now that, sister, you have covered everything. Even what you have said now, we can go away and live a better and healthy life. Because I'm just thinking, okay, like you said, people are saying remove fats from your food, this, that, because it's making no. If we actually stick to what you just said, the half of your plate of vegetables, the quarter of your plate of carb, and the other quarter of protein. It doesn't matter how much bad fat there is. If you think of it like you said, you are going to be eating quality food as long as you stick to the ratio on the plate. And honestly, sister, you are on. I don't even, you know how much in awe of you I am. Thank you so much. But a sister asked a question here, and I wanted to bring us back to it. She said, let me find it so that I don't read it differently. She said, is basmati white healthier than the normal white rice? So is basmati healthier than long grain rice, is what she's asking.
Right. Yeah, that is all part of the misconceptions that we have out there, a lot of confusions and everything. Like I said, yes, variety matters as well. You know, variety will determine the nutritional profile. For example, basmati and long grain rice.
Yes.
On a calorie level, they are the 100 gram of basmati and 100 gram of white grain or whatever on calorie level. It will give you the same thing.
Okay.
However, countries basmati is from Asia.
Yes.
I want Asian. They want basmati. So during the processing, in fact, people don't even know that we have brown basmati, we have white basmati. People just say basmati. I ask which of the basmati, and they feel like have you basmati? I said no. If you want to say basmati is the best one, this is the one. Are you talking about white basmati or brown basmati? Because white basmati, white rice. However, basmati over from Asia, the arsenic content of the basmati is a little bit naturally lower.
Okay.
It is a little bit naturally lower than the long grain, the arsenic content. Aside that, nothing.
But if we do what you advise us to do,
if you do what I've said, if you prepare your long grain, remove your arsenic, you're still eating. Trust me.
So
in fact,
for the sisters,
our people back home should focus more on if like they should focus more on that white rice. The Ofada should even be our focus.
Okay.
If you want to eat white rice, and then you want to consider how healthy and everything, Ofada is the one that is at least still very close to nature.
Okay. But should we still do the soaking process and parboiling on Ofada?
No. With Ofada, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
The Ofada, because Ofada takes longer. That is why you notice that Ofada takes longer to cook. Have you noticed?
Yes.
Ofada takes longer to cook, to cook than all these because it is still intact.
Okay.
Some of the brown. Brown.
Yes.
These are part of the brown.
Yes.
It takes longer, for it to cook. So you can just cook your Ofada rice. All you need to do is drain the water.
Okay.
Yes, drain the water. You may probably not soak it, but just drain the water and then return it back and then put your oil in it. You can infuse it with some herbs, if you like, and then
I'm definitely going to do that.
Basmati is not a safe sale. It's not a lifesaver. It's not like it's a must to eat basmati. No, I eat basmati like for the last 10 years. Basmati is the rice I eat. That does not mean that I don't eat other brand. I go to Tesco, I walk into Tesco, I pick their long grain white rice and cook.
Okay.
You know, so I just make sure that you pick things from here and there. Don't be fixated on one thing like, oh, that thing is like no.
Okay.
No, of basmati will still, if you abuse basmati, it will still spike your blood.
Okay.
It is still that if you don't do what, you get what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. Thank you, sister. So we have a couple more questions about about other grains. So so sisters, please drop your questions. That's what we are here for, to ask our beautiful sister these questions for her to educate. So she's saying yes.
Let me put it down.
Yeah.
Someone is asking about burger.
And quinoa. Somebody is asking about the glycemic index of quinoa. Yes. Okay. So those are the two that we have.
These two grains are also their natural grains. Okay. Nothing, we can't even, there's nothing we want to speak about this one. And this one, we can't put this, side by side with white rice. Okay. Yeah. Because these ones are not processed. This is the way they actually come. Okay. And in contact with the superior, the fiber in them still intact. Okay. They are not processed. Okay. So if you have burger or quinoa, these are naturally occurring, grain, that you can have. So yeah, that's fine. Okay. Burger is definitely category of white rice. Okay. And quinoa is definitely not in the category of white rice. Yeah.
So I want egboni just rice. White rice. Yeah. Okay, good. Quality grains.
And also they pay the fiber, because they are not processed, they still retain their micronutrients. Okay. Their micronutrients still intact, and then the fiber still there. Yeah.
Okay, great. So, Rafiat Adesina, okay, we have a sister has already answered this. Maybe you joined us late. So she's saying, after parboiling rice, is it good practice to still allow the water to dry with it on the fire, or would you suggest we should drain it?
No, yeah, that is it. Okay. We have some people, the moment they parboil their rice, they drain the water. They just want to serve. If you want to do it that way, that's fine. And if you want to return it back and then cook it, dry it, that is also allowed. That's fine.
Okay. So this sister also, Duni Margaret, she's asking about jasmine rice.
Jasmine rice, yeah. In fact, jasmine rice is actually so high in starch. Oh. That is one thing about jasmine rice that I see. The amount of starch in jasmine is actually on the high side compared to, yeah. Okay. But if that is your choice, like I said, just walk away around, choose the method you can use to. And another mistake when it comes to white rice, yes, that I forgot to mention. Don't cook your white rice, how can I say? Look at me, I struggle to find my words.
So do you mean like cooking it to be like what's
English
this?
Soggy. We don't want it soggy. We don't want it soggy. Okay. British English,
yeah.
Mommy, I don't want that right soggy. Okay, could you ask me?
So we don't want it to be soggy.
We don't want it to be soggy. Yes,
okay.
Mushy or mushy.
Okay.
Mushy,
yes.
Okay. Soggy, yes. Thank you. So don't cook your rice to become that, because that is why you see Italians when they prepare their pasta, when they cook it al dente.
Yeah.
When Italians say they cook their pasta al dente, what does that mean? They cook it like undone. Like
so yeah, it's still not quite done.
It's still
yes.
Quite, it's still a little bit hard. That is how you're supposed to prepare your white rice. Okay. Don't cook it like mushy.
But they cook their, I don't know if it's Italian or I don't know if it's, but they have risotto that is a bit soggy.
That is it. We have risotto, we have pilau, we have varieties and everything. Yeah. But they are not doing that because of the, to retain or to reduce the starch or anything. Sometimes it's a style of cooking, but that does not mean we say it is okay like that, So cook your rice al dente.
Yeah. So this one is causing, okay, somebody is asking, so there's, let me just ask two of these together. Is wheat flour healthy or it spike blood sugar? And then there's another one about, can too much fiber cause ulcer? So those are the two questions on there. So
yes. The person that asked about fiber causing ulcer, all a man cause say, but it can aggravate it. Okay. Like when I was explaining the brown layer of the white rice, I mentioned it. People with gastritis, inflammation of the stomach, people with Crohn's disease, irritable bowel syndrome, indigestion. When you eat fiber-rich meal, it can actually, because don't forget that your digestive system, your stomach line is already inflamed. So the stomach acid has already destroyed things. So your stomach is already inflamed. And fiber is the indigestible part of carbohydrates. Fiber is the carbohydrate, but the indigestible part of it, the one your stomach cannot break down, it comes out whole the way you eat it. The only thing we need it for is just to sweep our digestive system. Fiber is like a sweeper, it's like a broom for the digestive things moving. But it will not impact your blood sugar, it will not be counted. In fact, when we calculate nutritional, for example, when we want to calculate calories, for example, if I say in brown rice, we have 100 grams of brown rice, we have 20 grams of sugar, for example, 20 grams of carbohydrates. Out of that 20 grams of carbohydrates, we say 15 grams of sugar, 5 grams of fiber. By the time we calculate all the calories in that 100 grams, that 5 grams contributed by the fiber will not be part of the calculation. Why? Because it is not used. Do you get it?
Yes.
Make it to your system. It will come out through the other end by the time you want to go to the, because it cannot be digested. So it is not part of it. So we take it out. So that is it. Fiber, if you have digestive issue, ulcer or ulcerative colitis, gastritis, things like that, are rich in fiber, you need to be careful. Because your stomach cannot, your digestive system cannot break fiber down. Big batin compound.
Yes. It's just like if you take the you feel pain from that system. Right. Okay.
So you need to be careful with that. So it may probably not cause it. I will not say don't cause it, because we have a lot of underlying reasons why people have digestive. So we have to understand the root cause before you can say, ondofa. You get what I'm saying? But it can be factors that we call risk factors. Okay? So that does not necessarily mean that it is the cause, but risk factors only predispose and things like that. So and then the other thing,
wheat flour.
Wheat flour is fiber, is starch, is sugar, is glucose. Go think of special bit. Got on your favorite wheat flour, especially because it's still in there. However, it is still high carb flour. So be careful. That is why people with insulin resistance, people with type 2 diabetes, you need to stay clear. People with type 2 diabetes will say, I don't eat white bread. I want to eat brown bread. No.
It's still
sugar is still high in glucose, still high. So you really, and if you want to, just make sure don't go overboard, and it is not all the time, maybe occasional and things like that. There are other healthy options, from the grain family that you can incorporate into your diet. So we have that. So
So this sister is asking, is ground rice for swallow healthy? Sister Rode had already answered that. As long as we keep our carbohydrates about 100 grams, we're fine.
Our tuwo from back home, from the outer land, is one of the healthiest things you can eat. When you prepare your master of rice, and then you leave it overnight to cool down, and then the next day you want to have it as a swallow, you've been able to build quality resistant starch. So yes, that's good. Yes, it's good. Ground rice, yes.
So Rafiat Additional is also asking, what other food alternative would you suggest for people with digestive issue? As long as you stay away from high fiber carbohydrates, your digestive system will be able to tolerate it. So your rice is fine, but don't go overboard.
And aside that, like fiber, like I mentioned, I cannot just be here. And there's one disclaimer I forgot to put in place before I started, because I always love to put a disclaimer out, like, whatever you hear me say or talk about should not be the replacement for your medical, issue or health issue. You still need to work with your doctor, because I am not a doctor. So I am not going to stand in place of what they do. So whatever you hear me say, or whatever you hear, or you listen to, or what, do not take it and say, oh, Rodia said, oh, yeah, now you don't know. You're still supposed to be working with your doctor. You're still supposed to take a doctor's advice. You're still supposed to be under, So I want you to take notice of that. So I cannot stand here and say, people with digestive issue. What type of digestive issue do you? Let's start from there. That is why you have to sometimes, you need to have a consultation with people that can really help and guide you on what you need. When you just come along, for example, digestive, we have a lot of digestive issues. So which one? That would determine what we are going to say to you. That would determine what we are going to advise, that would determine the food we are even going. Is it IBS? Is it, gastritis? So we have a lot. Chronic, we have a lot.
Okay, thank you so
we
much
need to
for
understand
that.
that.
Yeah, sister has already said to you, this is a general advice. She's not giving anybody medical advice. So please, you need to seek your own personal advice from your medical person. This is just general good practice that she's sharing with us that would help us. So the most important thing we're taking away from here is the quantity of our food and the quality. Half of your plate, vegetables, a quarter of your plate, carbohydrates, and a quarter of a plate, protein. If you want specified advice, our sister, she does consultation. You have to seek consultation with her, and she will personalize it to your own circumstances. So don't take all this general advice as blanket advice. Everybody has their own peculiar, condition. So thank you all so much for being here so far. We still have a couple more questions to go. So I want to ask you again, sister. So egusi soup, we know it's good to eat it, but how best is it to cook it to ensure that we are getting the best nutrient out of it and not eating too much unnecessary fats? We know it's a good meal to have, but a lot of the time we have found that we enjoy it when we fry it in, we deep fry it, and then we add deep fried chicken or deep fried beef into it. So please, give us a few pointers how best to eat our egusi soup.
I have mentioned, sister, Sherry, you see, it got to a point when I started learning, when I read sometimes, I just close my book and I just give thanks to God for even being an African, for the blessing that I see, that God really, with our food, I'm telling you, you see that egusi, you know here in the UK, yeah? So I remember when I was in college, when I started in college, and then the tutor was talking about the seed, they have things they call superfood. They say, superfood. And then when they started to mention their superfood, they mentioned sunflower seed. When they got to the seed side, they mentioned seed. They say, sunflower seed, chia seed, flax seed, all these things. Do you know our egusi seed is in the category of this superfood? Because it's the same nutritional profile with sunflower seed. It's our egusi. I am telling you.
Superfood.
When I studied their nutritional profile, sunflower seed is the same thing, like on the same level with egusi. I was like, really? And you see our people, hey, don't eat egusi, oh, cholesterol, fat. I have told you, don't be scared of fat. Ọlọ́run tó dá ẹ̀gúsí tá a bá nídìí fat yẹn kò ní fi sínú ẹ̀.
Kò ní fi sí.
Let me now tell you why we have majority of our natural food come with fat. There are some vitamins we have two types of vitamins: water-soluble vitamins, fat-soluble vitamins.
Okay.
What it means, water-soluble vitamins, these vitamins, when they get into your stomach, they dissolve in water. It is the water that will help them to be absorbed. You don't just eat and the food is sitting there in your stomach. After digestion comes absorption.
Yes.
Because we need those nutrients, in the mitochondria, salt used to be used. The brain will get its own, everywhere, your eyes get own. We have fat-soluble vitamins. These ones, it is with the help of fat that these vitamins can get to their destination. Imagine God creating those food and no fat in there as a method of transportation. This is why I look at people that are so scared to eat fatty food. They are scraping the fat out. They are fat. No. Without the fat in that your meat, without the fat in that your egusi, all the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, K, they will not get anywhere. They will just be sitting there. It's a waste you eating them in the first place.
Wow.
If you don't eat fat meal, yes. Because it is with the help of the fat in that egusi that those nutrients will get to where they are going to be used, to be absorbed.
Wow.
Egusi is truly high in fat. But what type of fat? We have types of fat.
Yes.
We have saturated, we have unsaturated, we have trans fat. Even under unsaturated, we have monounsaturated, we have polyunsaturated, we have all of these. We have omega-3 fatty acids, we have omega-3, omega-6. We have types. So when people come to you to say, oh, don't eat fat, you ask, which fat are you talking about? You need to speak from a place of knowledge yourself.
Absolutely.
You need to act from a place of someone that is not like that ignorant, like you yourself now. I understand things now. When I was talking to people, when I brought this issue of beef to my people, a lot of people said, oh, are you a doctor? Our doctor said we should not eat it. It is going to clog our arteries. It is going to cholesterol. It is going to saturate. But you eat margarine now. Is it not you? I stop cooking jollof. You splash a whole box of margarine into that jollof rice. So you are not, that margarine will clog your arteries. But when it comes to beef tallow, naturally occurring fat in the meat of this is what they've done to our mindset. It is a kind of mindset that will take the grace of God to even be able to erase, I'm telling you. That we have been presented with counterfeit. Natural. It's taken away from us. Of whatever label you put on it. I will never agree. My spirit, from a place of knowledge, will never agree with the fact that someone would tell me vegetable oil is better than coconut. Our what is it called? There is a term we use with the coconut oil, not all coconut oil, that we are supposed to cook with.
Okay.
Because sometimes the method you choose will destroy the nutrients. Cold pressed,
okay.
It has to be cold pressed.
Okay.
Don't introduce heat to it when you are extracting it.
So that means adiagbon, they use heat to do that one.
Yes, the adiagbon, they don't put it is not extracted on the fire.
I think it's used with heat. Adiagbon, I think, is done with heat.
If it is done Eat then, it is good for your air.
Okay.
Your air, your body. That is the only place you can use those ones.
Okay.
But cold pressed coconut oil, with that
Okay.
heat, that is the one you're still able to retain all the micronutrients.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Because certain temperature, you begin to break down, some of these nutrients.
Yes.
Majority of them are so sensitive. So at certain temperature, you begin to they disintegrate. We call it disintegration, the micronutrients.
Okay.
For example, vitamin C. You see some of us now. I love my yamase. Now, after yamase, you cook it for 1 hour. You are still eating your yamase. What are you eating? Nothing. Because the main ingredient in that yamase, the peppers, the bell peppers, the peppers, they are so high in vitamin C. You have exactly. You've destroyed all the nutrients, all the, yes, heat will destroy it. So the methods when you are cooking is so important to still be able to retain the nutrients. And one beautiful thing about our egusi is there is no vitamin C in there. We have other fat-soluble vitamins in there. So even when you cook with egusi, there's no fear that, I'm destroying the nutrients. No.
Okay.
It contains proteins, fat, and a little bit of carbohydrate. A little bit of carbohydrate. But it is so high, in fact, that on the glycemic scale, it is so low. On the glycemic scale.
Oh, okay.
Which means it is not going to spike your blood. Which means it is not going to spike in fact, it stabilizes your blood sugar. Because it is so low on the glycemic scale. Because of the quality fat in there.
So if you're eating egusi soup on top of rice, you are actually helping yourself.
That is a good combination.
Wow.
Good combination.
Wow.
Omega-3 fatty acid is there in our egusi.
Okay.
This is the best of the fats you can provide for your brain. Omega-3 fatty acid. These are the type of fats we see in salmon fish.
Yes.
Our quality fish. Fish. Salmon fish. These are the fats we see in salmon fish.
So you can get the same quality of
you get from animal source or plant source.
Okay.
The same way you can get your acid from the plant source, which is like a flaxseed.
Yes.
Chia seed, avocado.
Yes.
Our egusi seed. Yes.
Wow.
Quality fat.
Wow.
So when people come to me sometimes,
this is mind blowing.
They say we should not eat egusi. I think for what? Diabetes, you cannot eat egusi. What is the correlation between diabetes and egusi? Egusi that will even help you to stabilize your blood sugar. Now, let me now go back to àwọn tó ní pé ká má jẹ kò ń ṣẹ̀bi wọn. Àṣejù tá à ń ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn oúnjẹ wa gbogbo ló ń fa problem. Let me go back there. You know all of these I spoke about. Egusi ni mo ṣe sọ yẹn. What about the method you choose to prepare that egusi? What about other things you added to it to impact the nutritional profile? What about this? What about that? Ìyẹn ló wá kàn. When you want to cook egusi now, you blend the egusi. Tell me bá fẹ́ ṣe egusi ẹlẹ́fọ̀ọ́ yẹn. Àkọ́kọ́ dín. A lóun ṣe frying method. Dín.
Stop laughing at us, sister.
We are all in this together. We are all in this
you
together.
are just laughing at us. The frying method, no man do ni la fi ń ṣe àmọ́ pé nǹkan burúkú là ń ṣe.
Èmi gan yọra mi. Wọ́n ní frying method. Wọ́n kọ́kọ́ dín nínú epo. Ẹran tó máa dà sí. Wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ dín nínú òróró. Ẹja tó máa tún lò. Ìyẹn náà dídín kí ló dé. The way we fry things, ó ti pọ̀ jù.
Wow.
For the last 3-4 years, the good Simba post àwọn oúnjẹ mi lọ wẹ̀ fọ́ mi. Tí n bá ṣe lójú yín ẹ ò lè sọ fún mi pé it is non-frying method.
Okay.
Never. All this frying. Why do I have to fry before you can get? There are other ways you can go about your food, still retaining, still trying to retain nutrients and everything like that, and not impact and not add unnecessary calories.
Yes. Oh my God.
Egusi is so high in calories. Oh. Now imagine someone that is trying to cut back on their calories. And they say, oh, egusi is so healthy, any fat. Yeah, or in the bowl, egusi can, or that's original. You have to really consider a lot of things. Like, do you get what I'm saying, sister?
Absolutely.
Like, it is not all about just one thing, one way.
Yes.
There's another way as well to just look into things together. If you're trying to cut back on your calories, for example, this just 100 grams of egusi is about 500 to 600 calories.
Wow.
I am telling you, that is how much calories in egusi because of the fat. So egusi can make you put on weight though, if you don't know how to go about it.
So we should stop let's fry it and fry the chicken, fry the meat.
Imagine naturally egusi that high in fat, you now fry again, fry it, oil again. You double the calories.
Wow.
You double the calories.
Wow.
Any food that is high in fat will be so high in calories. High calories does not mean unhealthy.
Yes.
What type of calorie? That is your target. Yes. Is it good one? You cannot compare 200 calories of donuts. Compare it to 200 calories from like maybe Greek yogurt, fruits and vegetables. They are the same calories, but what they are going to provide for nutrients will be different.
Yes.
So egusi is high in calories already, because when we calculate calories, this is how it works. Protein, 1 gram of protein will give you 4 calories.
Okay.
1 gram of carbohydrate will give you 4 calories.
Okay.
But 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. Imagine, more than double.
Wow.
This is why fatty food will be so high in calories.
Yes.
That does not mean it is not a good thing. Provided that fat is a quality fat.
Yes.
Good fat.
Yes.
You fry. About what we are not going to finish that food that day.
Oh.
Naturally, we are not even supposed to be putting our food away and preserve it. I'm telling you, lifestyle modernization. Alone. The modern lifestyle. So this is what I said to people. The more modern you become, the more problem you face.
Wow.
When it comes to your health, I'm telling you. You see people now, smart this, smart that. The smarter your home, the more health issues you have to deal with.
Hey.
These things don't come like that to just make your life. They come with their own drama that you have to deal with.
Wow.
So egusi is good.
Yes.
Unless you have allergic reaction. That is one thing. When you are considering any food, just consider the allergic reaction. Okay. If you eat food, it doesn't give you any allergic reaction, it doesn't give you digestive problem, then you know you're okay. Not just say someone saying they say I cannot eat this. The amount of this question. So just saying, so is it true that I cannot eat? I will just laugh. Like, on what basis? Like, okay, on what basis? So eat your egusi, reyan to da, kó má pọ̀jù. Ẹ wá jẹ́ kí n dá yín padà síbi tí mo ti sọ plate yẹn ní ìsìn. Ẹ imagine ẹni tó fẹ́ jẹ iyán àtọbẹ̀ ẹ̀gúsí ẹlẹ́fọ̀ọ́. Èwo lẹ rò pé ó yẹ kó pọ̀jù nínú plate?
Ẹ̀fọ́.
Jerry Peffer Gusi and Loya Kopoju, Kinyan Yara, Gonora Kiri, Undo Yakoja side, carbohydrates and do my just side. A 4 year Unduma Poju at a protein to one in way, a new, a janu, Umloni Lati main. Kiswalue, Koja side, whatever swallow you choose.
Okay.
Koja side.
Okay. Okay.
Amawa. Be your what you might hear Yateba. Tama Bue, Tama Bobe, Obewa Coco,
Oh.
So eat your goosey in peace.
Okay.
Add what you want into it. Just overboard.
That's it.
Practice portion control.
Okay.
Know what you need. Wash your plate. So no more pay yes, and go to fed at least you're okay with it.
Great.
Okay. That's it.
Wow.
Okay. Nothing wrong with quality. In fact, there was a day thing your egusi, movesi egusi, any kinimodu.
Kilelu.
Sunflower seed and what is this tiny one?
Chia seed.
No, top sorry, bake down to bake
sesame seed. Okay.
The same category,
okay.
Of nutritional profile.
Right.
If you don't see egusi, go and use sunflower to blend it like egusi. You see it will come pumpkin seed. Yes, pumpkin seed.
Wow.
You will see it will come out the same thing. Pumpkin seed, sunflowers.
Honestly, I am mind blown. Mind blown. Sisters, I'll tell you my assignment now. What I'm going to be doing, all the videos that Sister Rodia has cooked live on her page, I am going to be watching all of them. If you like yourself, you to go and do the same. I hope you have learned as much as I have learned. There's so much in this nutrition that even in this live alone, if you actually take everything that our sister has shared with us, honestly, just let's stick with what she has taught us. For 6 months, we will see the difference in how our health is. I promise you. Because I think our biggest problem is the amount of carbohydrate we are eating.
It is. We are not balanced.
Once we change that quantity, the quantity profile, I'm sure we'll see it. And I'm going to, inshallah, implement that, because little changes, we know we'll see it. It's just because we have been, like you said, brainwashed to do things modernization way. We need to go back to basics. So honestly,
let me quickly comment, sister, for you to know what I'm talking about. Like now, even our people back home, we're looking at these people from afar. We're thinking their own lifestyle is the best. It is better than our own. You see our people now to fit in the money, especially those ones with I want to loan in why people like me, when I see your table, come and have breakfast. Let me even see your breakfast table. Majority of the people from the outside world that do not understand nutrition, they see on the table good food. I want people in bedroom. Raw fruit juice, croissant, toast bread, buffet, waffles. By the time they're back, you will go to one lórí table yẹn. Irú mi máa ti máa calculate oye nutrients dáwọn tó dẹ̀ máa rí nínú gbogbo tó kúlẹ̀. Junk ni mo ṣe ń rí. Nǹkan tẹ́lómi ń rí as sign of affluence. Good meal yẹn. No.
God.
The things that will spike your blood sugar throughout the day. Lẹ́lómi máa fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ money ní ẹ̀ báyìí. Ẹlòmí ó bẹ́tà fún gbogbo jẹ iyán àtẹ̀fọ́ yẹn tó bá jí as breakfast. And heavy meal. I'm way so heavy to gbélé náà tẹ́ bá rí.
Kò sí nutrients gidi nínú ẹ̀.
Kò sí nutrients nínú ẹ̀.
I'm definitely going to make the changes in at least.
And we look at ourselves and then we put like, when we talk about these things, everything we must change. Yes, we have to change and move in the world. But when it comes to food, I say to people, stay close to nature. As close as possible. Not 100% of the time. Though, if you think I don't eat out, Sometimes our kids will be like, "Mommy, we want pizza today. Want to dash Ali? Mommy, we don't want go.
Sister, you are really making impact with the videos you are doing. Look at one sister is saying here that
and sometimes we do it. But what I'm saying is, for most parts,
yes,
stick to the nature.
Yeah.
Jẹ́ kí àwọn nǹkan tí à ń rí as a sign of love kó jẹ́ occasional thing.
Yes.
Bí mo ṣe wà ìbá jẹ́ bá pizza, àwọn ò kí ń rí as a sign pé àwọn ọjọ́ tí mo máa ń order pizza fún àwọn mi tán máa deliver àwọn ọjọ́ tẹ́ pé mo rí deep down kìí tẹ́ pé èmi gan ìrònú á bá mi pé ọmọ rọjà kí lábàá ló ṣe fẹ́ jẹ́ ká mi ò kí ń rí bíi pé
yes.
táwọn èèyàn wà mí ní nípa nǹkan yẹn pé tẹ́lọ̀ mi ní tó bá ní pizza ó máa inú ẹ̀ máa dùn bíi pé that's the end of the world. No. Àwọn ọjọ́ bá kúkú gbé bí iyán àti ẹ̀fọ́ lẹ̀ tí mo ṣe ewédú àti bí ọbẹ̀ tó náà ìdí máa gbẹ́ àṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹun ní.
Wow.
Oúnjẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rè. This is how I say it.
You are really making impact so much. One of our sisters has just said here that they haven't had flu or cold in 6 months following your practices. Just honestly, keep doing what you are doing for us. We really appreciate it. One lady said here that there is one night that she slept on your page, that she was just watching all your videos.
Thank
you are a blessing to humankind.
And I cannot do it all alone.
We are listening, sister. We are listening. We are listening. We are just doing it slowly, but we are definitely listening. Look at this one now. This sister said, I know of an African American that eats African food. She had colon cancer reversed because of the African food that she went back to, because they were eating American food before.
Let me quickly tell you, even here in the UK, for you people to know that these people, sometimes when I speak, they feel like I'm trying to put, like doctors down, especially our conventional doctors and everything. I am not doing that. But times we've seen the lapses, we've seen the mistake. The medicine, the conventional part, the allopathy aspect of medicine, because we have two types. We have two parts of medicine. The naturopathy aspect of medicine, we have the allopathy. The allopathy aspect of medicine is what we are witnessing right now. That is the one that will tell you to not eat cholesterol food, to not eat egusi, and to not eat kinikon, and to not do this one. And when you just go to your doctor, and what happened in the next 15 minutes, go and take this statin, go and lower your. That is the allopathy aspect of medicine. Which is what we're trying to correct right now with the naturopathy aspect of medicine. We are not moving away from medicine, but we're not doing it. A lot of doctors now, they're still even, all the practice, all the things, all the advice, all the medical advice they give in their practice, these are outdated things. People, if you're on my page, if you're following me, you are a healthcare provider, you're a doctor, you're a nurse. Take it, don't say Rodia is not a doctor, she's talking. See the amount of information, knowledge I'm equipped with right now. If I step into a medical school, you would say, hey, where are you coming from? I'm saying to you, majority of the things they use now are outdated researches. Tell me this 20 years ago, 15 don't fit in. As a medical doctor right now, you know what? You're not even supposed to be telling your patients anymore to be scared of cholesterol. All these are outdated. Let me show you a book here. If you're in the UK or you have access to Amazon or something, this book
cholesterol myth.
Great cholesterol myth. This is the best book in the UK, written by functional medicine doctors. These are the people who want to go to medical school for 20-30 years. They've seen all the lapses. So I said to them, but doctor, I say, Doctor there is the way you talk to me. I just know your doctor is still using outdated stuff. They need to be updated.
They need to update their knowledge as often as possible.
They just sit in their office with the stethoscope and they just write. No, they need to go out there and be updated about the latest research. What is going on? Cholesterol myth has been debunked like doctors don't even know. They don't even understand. When we said to them, they say, yeah. It's okay, then no problem. Go and use statins. Statins that will end up destroying your health.
Hey.
And they run back to the same doctor. And that one say, you would need another medication to correct that side effect again.
Hey.
And that is how you keep going on and on and on and on and on.
Wow.
That is why they say to these people, you have to be on this medication. Oh, it cannot be reversed. That type 2 diabetes, you have to be using that metformin forever. By who? Who said that? All these metabolic syndromes are what we call disorders. When I did my private consultation with the people that registered for my blood sugar regulation class, this is one thing I say to all of them. I ask them that first question: do you see this type 2 diabetes as a disease or disorder? Go and write it somewhere boldly where you can sit every day. It is not a disease. It is a disorder. And when we say something is a disorder, it can be reordered. The moment you start to see it as a disease, you have to stay on that medication for the rest of your life, truly.
Yes.
Because they'll be telling you there's no option. They'll be telling you cannot do it. You have to be you. And then you just believe that, and then or they'll say, it runs in the family. I say to people, I always correct my people, don't ever agree with me. It runs in the family, automatically you have to be part of it. Your mother died of high blood pressure. Our own mother also died of high pressure. Our own mother does not mean you are supposed to die from that high blood pressure.
Wow.
You can do things differently, and then you will not be counted, and it will not be paid forward to you. Yeah. These people will just say, doctor say, it's in the family. It's a genetic. Yes, genetic vulnerability is there. We cannot say it doesn't exist. Yes. People can be predisposed genetically to things. However, it is your lifestyle that will end up pulling that trigger.
Right.
When you go back in the history, retrace your steps, and see the patterns, those people that will not live.
Yes.
You do things differently and see if you're going to be counted. This is what I say to people.
Wow.
Don't just sit back and say, because my mommy me no Nikki ni mommy me no ni daddy yes mommy the ni baba emi o iro emi o ni.
Exactly.
Emi o ni iro lepa.
Exactly. The mindset
and after
shift.
You've made that decision, you put in place your steps.
Yes. Wow.
This is how it works. This is how all of us Tamashi handle health. You are moving forward.
Yes. Wow. Honestly, this is so enlightening, sister. I don't know if you still have time for one more question.
It's okay, sis. Let's do it.
Thank you so much. Just this one more question, and then we'll, inshallah, end the live, because I know we've gone on for so long. So you've told us how best to eat our food to help us. But what are the most important food for women in their 40s to include in their regular diets to help them manage their perimenopausal symptoms? Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
But there is one impression, Timofe correct me for menopause. Majority of women actually believe that it is a must. The way we've been conditioned,
yes,
that it is a must. We go through that madness or craziness, the menopause in the body. Like, don't even bother. Regardless of what you do, you have to face that madness. No, you do not have to.
Okay.
Menopause is not a disease. We shouldn't see it as a disease. It is becoming like we are seeing it like, and we got him prepare for madness. Don't see it like that.
Okay.
What is going to determine how intense your menopause symptoms will be is your lifestyle.
Yes, okay. Lifestyle.
Lifestyle. Yes, nature will come knocking. But I've said it. You can be predisposed nature to something. How you handle it, your lifestyle will determine.
Okay.
Ẹni tó sọ pé hypertension yẹn runs in the family. Mo rántí bàbá mi ni mo sọ dókítà yẹn bèrè lọ́wọ́ mi dájú mi ni ó tún bèrè lọ́mọ mi náà tún ni mo rántí pé àǹtí mi náà kan tún ni òun ló jókòó síwájú dókítà yìí ó mu ọtí ó mu sìgá kò ṣe exercise.
Báwo ni ò ṣe ní ní?
Báwo ni ò ṣe ní ní? Báwo bó o bá ṣọ́ra á tún pay ẹ̀ forward.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ọmọ tó ń náà máa bí and the cycle will continue like that.
Yes.
Ó ṣe rí nìyẹn. Menopause symptoms. We can work our way around menopause symptoms. So we could really, yes, those symptoms will be there. Don't get me wrong, but we were intense.
Okay.
Determine on the lifestyle, especially the moment you step into your 40s. Gbàdúrà ẹ̀yin tí Ọlọ́run ọba ò tí kádàrá kẹ́ rọ́mọ bí àgbàládùúrà Ọlọ́run kó pèsè ọmọ fún yín.
Àmín ya Allah.
Agbára Ọlọ́run.
Amen.
If you're still looking unto God like, okay, you want to have your child even at the age of 40, I'm not going to say don't do it because I'm not in your position.
Yes.
I do not have moral justification to say, oh, don't. Because I have 4 children myself. So I can't say, oh, you're not supposed to. No. You have every right to even want to have that child, even when you get 50 years. But for some of us, Ọlọ́run ti bless. That's what 40 years that it be ọmọ tá a fẹ́ bí. Jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run má bá wọn dá láṣà. Allow your body to prepare for that moment.
Okay.
You need to understand that every childbirth tí obìnrin ní láyé, ó máa take care back ó kéré jù 12 months ní inú life ẹ̀ kó tó rí kọfà kárẹ̀ tó rí kọfà padà. Bó o bá lóyún lénìí, ọjọ́ tó o bá ti lóyún yẹn tó o máa fi bí 12 months after tó o bá bí brain yẹn ṣì ń struggle láti padà tí kò ṣe wà kó tó lóyún yẹn.
Wow.
Brain nìkan lásán nìyẹn o. What about other
parts of your body?
Ẹ wá imagine obìnrin tó ṣe multiple times. Ni mo ṣe máa ń sọ fáwọn obìnrin kí ló dé kí ni okay wọn eléyìí kì í rí iná àwọn okay. Ni mo ṣe máa ń sọ fáwọn obìnrin tó bá ti lè pé 40 gbogbo kò lè stress ara ẹ tó lè stress life ẹ. Be intentional about it.
Okay.
Be deliberate about it.
Okay.
Máa mú nǹkan náà báyìí máa sọ sínú bí. Number 1 thing tó lè jẹ́ kí symptoms kó wà intense fóbìnrin òun ni chronic stress.
Stress.
The more stress you go through in life, the more intense those symptoms will be when that time comes.
Okay.
Obìnrin ní tó wọ menopause ló ti block gbogbo adrenal pathways dànù gan. Let's start from there.
Wow.
Obìnrin èmi ní inú wa including the singer àti ìwọ 40 adrenal pathways ìwà tó ń control stress ó ti blow.
Wow.
Láti ara stress tá a ti go through láyé. Mentally, physically, emotionally. And you think you will not pay the price. A lot of things we enjoy now because we've not gotten to that stage, nature is still trying to kind of cover us. And then, as you age, everything begins to drop, your estrogen level. The moment the estrogen will bring back to drop, you begin to see wrinkles, you begin to have dryness, your collagen. 23 after what 30 in collagen, we're going to be dry.
Wow.
The elasticity is the one in charge of the elasticity of the skin. It started to lose everything. But because we are not seeing these things from the inside, that should be we are still boom.
Wow.
You just begin to see those things. Because the skin layer.
Yeah.
The the damage is coming from that inner layer, onto the outside one.
Yes.
We're going to get away with now. The damage is ongoing already. From the inside.
Wow.
So make sure, non-negotiable stress. The more cortisol you have running, by the time you get to menopause, the more madness you will have to deal with.
Wow.
So that is number one, stress. Number two, exercise. Non-negotiable. Lift weight. I say to women, one thing you can do for yourself right now as we speak to cut back on any health issues, only go through to about 40 upward, is to start exercise.
Okay.
You have to start lifting weight. You have to start building all your lean muscle right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
When you exercise, you keep your estrogen running. Estrogen is what is going to come to your aid when you get to menopause. Can you hold on 1 minute, please?
Okay.
Please, for me 1 minute.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much, all the guests that are still here. I really appreciate your presence. And I don't know about you, but I'm taking away so much. I'm taking away so much from everything that our sister is sharing with us. So much. You know, it's really important for us to know all these things, and we know they are not readily available to us here. So the fact that she's sharing all this with us, I really appreciate it. And I hope everybody understands Yoruba on here. What I'm gonna try and do, inshallah, we are able to save this video. If we are, I will post the video on my YouTube channel, JK's Corner, at some point over the next few weeks, so that we have it there as well, because the knowledge that this sister has shared with us has to go beyond this 25 audience that we have here today. I really hope that more people are able to benefit from this, because it's just amazing, mind-blowing. She has shared so many things with us here, and I think the key takeaway, apart from the one we are talking about, the healthy lifestyle as women in our 40s, is the fact that as Nigerians, we are eating too much carbohydrates. We need to stick, this that she shared with us, our plates, half of the plate should be filled with vegetables, a quarter of the plate should be filled with carbohydrates, and the other quarter with protein. So I really love that that she shared with us, which I'll be taking away. So honestly, thank you so much, sister, all that you have been sharing. We really love it.
I am back, sis.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So, Eja can start round up.
Yes.
Because even this, maybe I have to do that second form.
Because we have to save this life. It's too precious not to save.
I can just move it. So, stress.
Yes.
The number one, cut back on. Then exercise.
Yes.
We have to start exercising. We have to lift weight. The more lean muscle you build, the better for those symptoms. Coma really were intense, you understand?
Okay.
Then after exercise is your diet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is it better? No.
Okay.
Better okay.
Okay. So after that,
yes.
Make sure you are prioritizing your nutrients. Make sure you are prioritizing your diet. Remove sugar. Cut sugar out. Refine sugar. It is going to, one of the things, so manjaki symptoms of menopause is what we call glycation. There is the chemical process we call glycation.
Glycation.
It means the sugar sugar pharynx walara. Break all the skin barrier. Break it down in no time. And there's 21 or 40 naturally collagen reduce.
Then
Sugar, I have to destroy. So we are going to age pretty
quicker.
So cut sugar out. We need sugar, but it is not the refined sugar we're talking about.
Okay.
We're talking about naturally occurring sugar.
Okay.
When I say to people sometimes that I want to get sugar. But sugar is I want to gel. Money job for me list we're going to town where jelly. I'm mogi, just cereal. After that, you have on the white rice. After that, you know, I don't
sugar.
You need to understand that the end product of every carbohydrate meal is sugar, which is glucose.
Hey.
Many of us, we are supposed to have just 6 grams of sugar remain in the blood.
Wow.
What about test the blood sugar? What HbA1c times 20?
Quand c'est ma acheté mi.
Ara won't be problem in what for one year.
Right.
But last time, I look 40, that's been perimenopause. 40 to menopause, we have perimenopause stage.
Yes.
Wala ma degi digon. Tori teni gogo banye. A lot of women we wala ma risk of osteoporosis. Osteoporosis or big belly that day control your osteoporosis. The moment you get to perimenopausal stage, you begin to see symptoms of osteoporosis. The concept of osteoporosis is new. You will pay your bone density will be very reduced. The reduction density will be very initially.
Right.
What depleted? All the nutrients. So you go Jackie bone will continue to go depleted. Lifestyle, by lack of exercise, sugar, and all of these things would deplete our calcium, our magnesium, all of the electrolytes, and then you have weak couple.
Wow.
I declare at 50. I mean, I need a good step for my mommy. It'll be 15 mama. 50 kini come mama. Kini. I'm about. Ya ka ma bere je ka mo kekere no mani mo mi ejo ti ro kilo de kilo sere de mo kekere because kini bu ama joro ki no ni ise pe ko joko sibi kan pẹ̀lú kini ko lese elegere gege ko ma se bi pe 150 kini kan iya get active.
Yes.
You have to be active mentally, physically, emotionally. You have to be active. Why you have to start from your mental health. Make sure your mental health is sound. Torí tó bá lọ gbé mental health tó sound tó gbé wọ menopause. Kò sí bó ṣe ní risk dementia.
Wow.
Your brain, the filter in your brain destroy. See filter in your brain bá dẹ̀ ti destroy ó tán nìyẹn. Irú wọn lẹ máa gbọ́ pé at the age of 50 kìíní kan ti sì ìyá yẹn máa ń ká wọn máa lájẹ máa ní wọn máa sọ fún òun ló pa kò sí tó jọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó filter brain ló ti destroy.
It destroy.
Ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń wọ bẹ̀ mọ́. Anything that comes is coming out straight away. The filter is gone.
Wow.
Ọ̀sìn kan tó jọ pé ìyá yẹn àjẹ́ ni ó ń kà filter brain ló ti já. Tí o lè filter rọ̀. Gbogbo wa la ní tendency. As I speak to you, if I want to be vulgar, if I really want to go all the way, like I want to speak like anyhow, I want to act like a crazy person, I can do it. If I want to act like a Magui, I can do it.
Yes.
It's there.
But the filter, the ability to filter it.
If not do it, is because the filter in my brain can still say, you know what, already I know. No, you can't do that here. Imagine someone without that filter.
Yes.
You would not be able to make that decision to say no. Ló ṣe jẹ́ pé ẹni tó bá máa wà láàárín àwùjọ tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ tó yẹ kó sọ ó ní láti jẹ́ pé mentally that person is unstable.
Okay.
Something like that. And it's all about the future or Thomas Sojade.
Yes.
Something must be wrong mentally.
Wow.
So these are the things I say to women. Naturally, our predisposed you see metabolic syndrome. Tori Bolo Shidawa. I say nature has given us enough already.
Yes.
Enough to deal with already.
Yes.
We shouldn't add more. And we shouldn't allow anyone to add more.
Right.
About risk of dementia, about latest research, women taking the top.
Wow.
Women taking the top post.
Wow.
It is not a coincidence. Because mentally, women deal with a lot compared to men.
Yes.
Men feel because they are out there. You think he doesn't know what he's doing for him to say, women, sit down, you are supposed to be taken care of. You think Allah just wants us to suffer. You think God just wants us to just sit somewhere. Because he knows he has already given us enough to deal with.
Right.
A lot of women reproductive system. Do you want to compare our reproductive? Look at our reproductive system. What is going to predispose us to cervical cancer, polyps, cyst, uterine fibroid, endometriosis, adenomyosis, and nothing to do. You will have these things.
Right.
You will have. It is hormonal because of our hormones. The moment your estrogen is on the high side, uterine fibroid, all of these things, they are hormonal. They are hormone issue.
Wow.
This is why before some women, before they get to menopause, guess what they do? Hysterectomy. Remove everything. I don't want to deal with this when I get to, I don't want it. Because the moment the uterus and everything is not there, yes. So they see there will not be fear of fibroid, cyst, They will not be fear of that. Even though that one also comes with its own side effect.
Yes.
Because if you have not reached menopause and you do total hysterectomy, you are still going to be ovulating. And when you ovulate and you've done total hysterectomy, the eggs and everything that will work. How do you expect that chemical process to play out? So it will affect you one way or the other.
Wow.
You're still going to deal with issue, yes. That's why some people will not do total hysterectomy. They will do partial hysterectomy. Just take the uterus and then they leave the ovaries, Okay. And you still leave your ovaries there, where the eggs do, that, okay? All these things, there's the process to it.
Yes.
So women, we've been predisposed already to a lot of things in our life. We just have to sure we do add more to those things so that we will be able to manage the one we have properly.
Yes.
So when you get to this, you've had your babies, face your babies, look after them. Don't say, he still wants more babies. Let him go get another woman, young woman that will give him another baby. Do it for your own health.
For your own health.
I know you would not like my husband, but if you marry a man that wants more children and you've already had 3-4 children, you can't go on anymore. Leave it there. This is one of the main reasons even God allowed men to have more wives. Allah knows you will not be able to carry that load all alone. Allah wants you to rest, to relax for menopause. Menopause is knocking. Give yourself rest. For all the reasons that are there that you feel like, you cannot do it, those reasons are there. I'm not disputing it, but I'm saying prioritize your own health.
Your own health.
Do it for yourself.
Wow.
You are 45. You don't want your husband because your husband says, I still want more. He's got to say, you know what? I have 10 children. provided you're not the one that is going to feed those 10 children.
Yes.
Provided you're not the one that is going to look after the one that is coming. Providing everything is supposed to do. It is not, you do not have words to say, no, you're not allowed to have 10 children. Is a man. Do a miarat here. Allow your body to even at least recover there from Bubele to recover. Don't add more. You're breaking your system down.
Because menopause will still come and take all the.
That one will still. Wow. Menopause. You wouldn't want to do that.
It's not good for us.
That is why even medically, they will say at a certain age, women, it's not even medically, advisable to say it's to one, over 40. People do it and then they get away with it. But the risk is so high.
Even at 35, geriatric pregnancy.
They know what they're saying because of the way we are wired.
Yes.
You will have complications. So,
Amen.
Menopause, your diet, exercise, wake up, exercise your brain, make sure your heart is pumping properly. You don't have to break your muscle down. You don't have to. You're not doing competitions. You're not lifting. You're not going to go and fight boxing or do boxing with Anthony Joshua. That's not the kind of exercise we're talking about. Just make sure you keep things moving. But just 10 kg really lift. Just 10 kg. Just if you have a gym around you where you can just just stay in your home, get run on it, put on YouTube, watch all this aerobic exercise, keep this moving. Do Zumba, dance. Do squat every day. Go and that. Right there, we just cheer. There are a lot of simple exercise you can do right there in your home, and then you keep things moving. Just make sure you're moving. Keep things moving. Even for your mental health, it's good.
Yes.
Walk around. Walk. A lot of walking around.
Ben.
We are not wired like that. Civilization, we are not wired to sit down somewhere for 7 hours. We are supposed to keep moving. This is what people that I do one-on-one consultation with, I say, if you want this or some of them, this is what you're supposed to do. And they say things like, my job. I say, you will have to choose one. My dear, you will have to choose that job. If anything happens to you, in no time you're going to be replaced. Another person is taking that position.
Yes.
You'll be gone. Your job doesn't allow you to get up for 20 minutes to have a walk around. My dear, just do it. You can't say, my job. And I hear you how you're dealing with insulin resistance, you're dealing with type 2 diabetes. One of the ways you can have a total blood sugar is to keep things moving.
Okay.
Some of the sugars that are stored away in your blood, sugar is not supposed to be accumulated in the blood. In the place insulin is supposed to grab it and then put it there as fuel, as a source of energy. We don't need it in the blood. So the moment sugar accumulates in your blood, you need to do things that can grab that sugar out to be used. Things you can do is to exercise.
Okay.
When you walk around, when you lift, when you do things, you will not have the sugar will not have choice. Because you need energy to perform all of these things now.
Okay.
So glucose will not be there in your blood playing. Your lean muscle will grab everything out and use as a source of energy.
Right.
Here you are, you sit down for 7-8 hours. You're not walking around, you're not doing. You will have to choose. What about your diet? When I wake up in the morning, to be honest, I don't even have time to, something that you would know that. Sometimes after when you retrace the steps and then you just see where the problem is coming from. Unless you just want to lie.
Yeah. You're right.
Sometimes when I talk to people, I feel like genuinely, you've seen it already. You've seen the past. It is what it is. My own dad, I've always used my dad as an example, not in a bad way, When my dad got diagnosed of type 2 diabetes, at least I think he was over 60 years then, I don't know how my brothers or my siblings felt about it, but myself, from the place of knowledge, I saw it coming. I wasn't surprised. I wasn't even like, diabetes, no. Because when I look at the pattern, look at the lifestyle, when I see it for 20, 30, 40 years, it is inevitable for you to not have it. This is how many of us are supposed to evaluate our lives.
Yes.
My dad is not that, like, driver and daddy is always out. Not just drivers. Early morning, as early as 4 a.m., 5 a.m., he was out there working. That's stress on its own. It comes back like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. If you see that, when we were so young, we couldn't put labels to all of these things.
Yes.
But now, from a place of knowledge, we are able to put labels to these things. And that's what we call postprandial hypoglycemia. When you eat immediately, you want to sleep. You're tired. Because your body has not even see any chance. Somebody energy here. You're tired already.
Yes.
There's too much sugar in the blood. You will be tired. Insulin is dragging everything out. Insulin is trying to save you. Drag it out. You will be tired. Then you want to sleep. No, you're not supposed to know.
We must change our attitude.
Yes. If you eat and then immediately you feel like sleeping, that is postprandial hypoglycemia. Do it. Right. You need to get up immediately and walk around. Okay. Food is not supposed to make you tired. It's supposed to energize you. Yeah. So if it's doing the opposite of supposed to do, then it's not right. Eat out. I will drive to your garage. You know that lifestyle. You would know. It is inevitable.
Yes.
Over the years, being dealing with this. My dad would drink soda every single day. That's how my dad would drink.
Wow.
My dad would drink Coca-Cola and make it cut because out.
Being out because he drives, yes.
Breakfast. So, my dad loves fruit a lot. My dad can eat 30 at a go. So, by the orange, daddy me 50 at a go. Why? Because we feel something is natural, it cannot harm us.
Yes.
It doesn't work that way. Even natural, when you go overboard, you will pay the price.
Yes.
And over the years, the result, the repercussion comes knocking. And we are surprised.
Wow.
This is it. When something happens now, you don't think about we are going to change the last 2, not even 10 years. It may cumulative effect. It's like a jigsaw. Trying to put the last piece in, boom, everything just comes together. That threshold. So when this example, you think it is a damage of 1, 2, 3, 5 years.
It's been going on for several years.
spent, 12, 15, 20 years. You must have been blowing all of your nephrons there.
Wow.
Before you are able to blow millions of nephrons, and then you get to a stage where the kidneys cannot take it anymore, and then both of them collapse. Then you say, kidney disease, you may not even be able to even think of what was over. So the for the last 20, 30 years. This is why all these things, they are in stages. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, before you even get to end stage. So it must have taken years of boundaries that we've all pushed. So this is what I would say to women. Stress is the number one thing to my dad about menopause. Cut back on anything that can stress you right now. And then sleep deprivation.
Right.
When I talk to people, how many of us can still maintain our circadian rhythm right now? Our mothers, our ancestors, let me tell you something. They dealt with a lot of health issues. When it comes to health things, one hormonal imbalance was never part of it. Everything putting our hormones on the line right now, then go see. These people, their exposure to toxic environment was so limited. No much toxins around. The toxins they have to deal with are just the ones that are naturally occurring, maybe from food, maybe from water, maybe clean water and things like that.
Okay.
Compare that to our own lifestyle today. An average woman today on daily basis is exposed to 3,000 toxic chemicals.
Wow.
From skincare, from chemical, I am telling you.
Self-inflicted. No, self-inflicted.
I am telling you, we are exposed. From environmental toxins, we are exposed to all of it. During that time, our mothers, they with the sunrise. I mean, they wake up with the sunrise.
Yes. Sleep with the sunset.
With the sunset.
Oga.
Oga. Àbí ẹni tó wà ní odò Èkó. Pé 11 ló ṣì máa ìyẹn ló máa sùn pẹ̀lú sunset. Kò possible. You can see that our lifestyle to change. On ló dá a lot of things fún wa.
Yes.
However, ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ náà nìyẹn.
Ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ká wá wo how we can cut back. How we can cut back on the toxic load. That is the goal.
Okay.
We've been predisposed already. Yes, we are there. Yorùbá máa kọ̀wé pé bàbá ń sáré ká má tẹ̀. Wọ́n ní bàbá ti tẹ́ eré ká má kú lóko. Ìyá Àjọkẹ́ dà kan bá mi sọ ní English. Òye ni mo ṣe lè sọ yẹn ní English.
Èmi ò good nínú òwe o, so I can't even help you there.
So, àbí Prof Hamid Freeman ṣe wà lórí bí ẹ bá mi sọ ní English. Yorùbá ní bá. So you understand things. We can only try.
We will try. We'll try, and you are doing.
Even somebody like me, no one is even immune against all these things.
Yes.
Let me tell you. Like I say to people, when I say things like, Rodia, all these things, all die na die. Can I say all die no be die? All die no be die. We are to see who. Bó bá sùn tó tiẹ̀ kú ẹkún tá a máa sùn ní pọ̀ àmọ́ bó bá wà lórí sick bed for 10-20 years o lè fi wé o ikú yàtọ̀ sí ikú all die no be die. Ẹni tó wà lórí sick bed tó ń gbàdúrà gan pé Ọlọ́run ọjọ́ wo ni kú fẹ́ dé kò ní bá wọn dá ṣàgbọ́ all die na die.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Kò ní bá wọn dá láṣà. torí pé èmi àti ò tí ì fojú àti ìrífìrífìrí ikú yẹn la fi ń dá ṣàgbọ́n dáadáa.
Yes.
Ọlọ́run bá fẹ́ atẹ́gùn ẹ̀ lásán tó. Nígbà tí mo sick for 4 weeks. Ọlọ́run fẹ́ atẹ́gùn wá. Màá bá wọn dá ṣàgbọ́n dá èmi gan ò fẹ́ die. Wàá máa bèrè. You'll be praying for second chance. That God, if you can save me from this, I promise you, I will do everything right. God, you'll be confessing your sins. I'm telling you.
Sister, thank you so very much. So very much. My phone is even now complaining. Quickly, let me just ask one last question. Maggi that we are using to cook. A lot of people are for it. A lot of people are against it. As a nutritionist, what is your take on it for us?
Yeah, the issue of cancer needs I've had.
I can't hear. I don't know if it's my network or your network.
Do we still have?
I'm here.
Are you still here?
Yes, but I don't know what happened.
So it's the poison. Don't go there. Even don't. Okay, then you go to the hospital. The doctor will say, don't eat Maggi. Don't eat. Before you need to understand of anything you want to condemn or anything you want to say. A lot of people saying, oh, MS.
I don't know what is happening with this. Sister, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't see you anymore, but
I can see you.
Okay, let's just continue then.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes. The issue of Maggi is not a poison. Let us start from the composition of Maggi itself. MSG.
Yes.
Monosodium glutamate.
Okay.
Mono means one. When we say something is mono, for example, when we say monoxide or mono, we're talking about just one only.
Okay.
That's good. When you hear mono, we're talking about one. So clearly sodium.
Okay.
Iyọ̀. Bó ṣe jẹ́ pé a lè pè ní iyọ̀ tán because salt is not just sodium.
Yes.
Salt.
Sodium.
Salt. I mean, sodium is 50%.
Sodium chloride. Yes.
Sodium, we have chloride.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes.
So now, the sodium is the laughing.
Yes.
Monosodium glutamate. What is glutamate? Glutamic acid. Glutamate is from the word glutamic acid. Glutamic acid of our build. From choline to tryptophan to, we have a lot of them. Glutamate is one of them. And our brain is making it. Every single day, the brain demands of glutamate that we need. Okay?
Yes.
From the protein that we need, that we eat, because they are building blocks, we call them amino acids.
Okay.
Now, monosodium glutamate, just one molecule of sodium combined with glutamic acid to form MSG.
Okay.
So it is not a poison.
Right.
Because naturally we have glutamate in food that we eat.
Okay.
We have some food that contain glutamic acid naturally. Tomato 1. We have mushrooms.
Mm.
We have our meats.
Okay.
We have a lot of food. That when you eat this food, you make glutamic acid naturally.
Mm.
So how can anyone look at MSG? You just assume it is a pot. It is not. However, the problem with artificial seasonings, when it comes to engine, MSG thinks you are having salt in front of you. It is a version of salt. The same way we have sodium chloride, we have potassium chloride, we have magnesium chloride. We can combine anything with sodium to make salt.
Okay.
People just think sodium chloride is salt.
Okay.
Sodium chloride is one salt. If you want to go low, you don't want too much sodium, you can even have potassium chloride. The same way MSG is a form of salt.
Okay.
The same is cooking jollof rice. She's using Maggi in there, another salt. When you read the labels, when you take your Maggi, I want to buy a container one. When you read the labels, you see the ingredients. You have MSG. MSG is one ingredient. Maggi. MSG Maggi. That is what people don't understand. When you read the labels on your Maggi packet, you will see sugar, salt, and maltodextrins. This is one of another form of sugar. Cornstarch, MSG. MSG is part of the ingredient in Maggi. MSG is not the Maggi go. It is not the seasoning then for the poisoning.
Right.
It is one of the ingredients in there. Now, before you can now say Maggi artificial seasoning, read your labels.
Yes. Yes.
More the ingredients out together to make my own. Okay?
Yeah.
Some of these labels, texturings, you see things like sugar, you see artificial, sweeteners, you see cornstarch, you see, celery, you understand things. So read your labels. What is sugar doing there?
Okay.
Not a problem.
So basically, choose the one with the right ingredients in.
Exactly, with the right ingredients.
Okay.
There is a particular artificial seasoning that I use, aromat. If you are in the UK, you will know aromat.
Yes.
When you go to the meat shop, pick aromat and read the ingredients. Okay. There is iodized salt in there.
Okay.
Iodized salt, which is the salt we are supposed to be consuming because of our thyroid function, the iodine.
Right.
We need iodine for the thyroid function.
Okay.
It's added into that already. That's a plus there.
Right.
I read the ingredient. There's no sugar. There's no maltodextrin. There's no sucrose. There's no any form of sugar. That is another way forward from there. Okay. Don't just focus on the MSG, because MSG is one of the ingredients. The Maggi badger poison, MSG badger poison. We are not supposed to have any Asian left on this surface of the earth.
Because they eat it a lot.
If MSG is the poison, because these people eat MSG like their lives depend on it. People don't even understand all this label.
Wow.
People don't even know. When you ask of you to even understand that GMO, what is it? Gluten-free. What is the meaning of it? What? We have people eating gluten and then they're doing fine on gluten. We have people that are allergic to gluten. They're not supposed to even come close to gluten. That is not. You don't just come out and provide a blanket statement and then you expect us to take it as a fact. In medicine, we don't take individual testimonials as a fact. And a doctor is not a fact. There must be, clinical research, then the report that will actually affirm that, yes, they put certain people here, let them, during the course of this time, and then they come back to this how we go in the research. It's not like, oh, when I ate Maggie, it's a day. That is why now everybody know. You may probably consume too much of MSG, because MSG is there are things we call what is it called? New excitotoxins.
Okay.
MSG is an excitotoxin. It means when you consume too much, it excites the part of your brain, and then it's for you. What it excites you, then you do. Neurotransmitters are flowing in your brain, you're going to have it.
Okay.
When you consume too much, you're going to have palpitation of your arteries. It's going to increase your heartbeat. These are the rules you need to understand before you can condemn anything and say, oh, yeah, MSG, no, it doesn't work that way. If you cook with Maggi, check the ingredients. Make sure you are the one with no sugar.
Yes.
There are other, we have other terms that are used, for sugar, and this is where food and the Food and Drink Administration. This is where they are getting all of us, because we don't even have clue. They read labels. Many of us will pick labels and then we just looking for sugar. They're not going to write sugar there for you, my dear. We have other people.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Anything ending also, but people, you don't even know. You're just looking for sugar. Because the sugar, how do you know? Because they did not put sugar. But when you put that thing in your mouth, should not be good. So they will not write sugar, but they have other 100 names for sugar. You see things, high fructose corn syrup, see that drink. So if you use Maggi, be moderate about it.
Okay.
Don't go overboard. See it as another form of salt.
Yes. Okay.
It will give. Have you ever noticed that even in your mouth, when you eat some food, so contain
yes. Yes.
Saliva during that moment, because it is telling you provided too much. Don't go overboard. Don't abuse in a problem.
Benny.
Oh no, look at sugar, see. Another sugar. Some that evaporated Mickey Mo, another sugar. Also, the booking another. Do you see I hate you? You tend to see as a sign of affluence.
Benny.
When you tell people today, like, you don't need to ask sugar and sugar, because they feel like people go to them to be sugar. Stay salty before you can. you have used how your taste brought gives the natural taste. We put up but for the either see your cine, your your
Sister, I'm struggling to hear you now. The network is really bad. So I think maybe my network is telling me that we should end this live here. I'm struggling to hear you now. I don't know what's wrong with my network.
Yes. It's okay. The people that dropped questions, if we can't respond to the questions now, maybe later.
No, I think we dealt with all the questions.
We respond to them.
No, we dealt with all the questions, sister.
With the questions.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you so very much, sister, for all you have done today. Please let the audience know, because a question was there that said, how can we contact you for consultation? So please let us know how they can go about that.
I have a page on Facebook.
Okay.
Holistic Health with Rodia. This is where I share all the free issues, If you can follow that on Facebook, that would be nice. Holistic Health, yeah. I have a blog as well on Google. When you go on Google, you search nutrivolt.com. That's nutritional information and, pretty much so. Nutrivolt.com. I can put it.
Yes, please help us to put it down.
So, okay, am I able to even put it? I don't even know. When it comes to technology, well, I would like to okay, write a question with Siri. Okay. So, okay.
So if you just write it for us in the comments.
And yeah, so
I don't know, the network keep dropping. So sister, please help me to save this live, because I will be downloading it and sharing it on YouTube for everyone to have access to it, and they can find out how to contact you for a personalized nutritional advice, because we definitely need this in our community. You are doing great work, but there are people here today, but we need more people to hear this beautiful message you have shared with us. Thank you so very much for all you have given us today. I mean, over 2 hours of your time. That's not a small thing. We really appreciate your effort. Thank you so much. And for the audience, we appreciate you. As I said earlier, you can find me on YouTube as well, on JK's Corner. So thank you so very much, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Sister Rodia, for honoring my invitation and joining me on this live. I really appreciate it. May Allah reward you abundantly, and the guests today as well.
May Allah honor you as well.
Amen, ya Allah.
From a place of honor, from a place of privilege, for you to feel like, okay, I do something that resonates.
You do big things.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Jazakallah khaira.
Let me give a shout out to my people as well.
Yes.
That joined. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you. I know it's been a long time. I've been out here, well, I've been busy, so I'm sorry. So thank you so much. I appreciate your support all the time. Anywhere I go to, you come along with me. I don't take that for granted. Thank you so much. Thank you. So continue to follow our page, Holistic Health with Rodia on Facebook, then blog post, nutrivolt.com, and then here.
Thank you so much, sister. Thank you, audience.
So
I
until
appreciate
I get to see you again, continue to stay healthy. Yes, much love and God bless you. All right, Sister Joke, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much again. Bye-bye. So thank you so much on YouTube. I hope you were able to hear my guest's voice. If you were able to hear her voice, that's really good. I appreciate it. If not, I'm hoping to be able to get the video downloaded and shared on YouTube. So thank you so much for being a part of this live today. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.